California to check out the world's best beach volleyball players. Whether it's on the outside courts or now locked in on Stadium Court, this place has been jam-packed and everyone is focused on Stadium Court. It's time for the women's final. 4 athletes ready to own the Huntington Beach title. Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson playing against Kloth and Kristen Nuss. Let's get this thing started. Their shot, a chance to head off to the league like the AVP has never done before. We have a new format. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett. We just saw a win on the men's side. Taylor Crabb, Taylor Sander. They said the league matters. They want to be there. Which of these women's teams could it be? 2 of the best in the world.
I think it's going to be both eventually. But in this one, I have Kloth and Nuss, and I think it's all going to be decided by the littles. Look in transition. Everyone always wants to focus on the blockers. Taryn Kloth, Brandy Wilkerson, how big they can be, how much they can affect the game. I think it's the littles in transition behind the channeling of Wilkerson that's really going to be the big decider in this one, and who books that trip into the fall where we we know Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb already are located. Remember, it's one women's, one men's team. They could end up being teammates, whoever wins here at Huntington.
Well, and you see the difference in titles there. Melissa Humana-Paredes has multiple titles to her name, but one with her current partner, Brandy Wilkerson. That came in the season opener just a year ago. Can they take this year's season opener? That's the question. Time to head to Mark Sherman down on the sand.
Yes, that is the question, Cameron. This is big. This is big, ladies and gentlemen. Both these teams will represent their countries at the Olympic Games in a couple of months. But right now, we're playing for a title in Huntington. We're playing for a league spot. Let's do it. First team in the league. Will it be these two young ladies? Oh my goodness, they've had to go through two tough matches today, fighting through the contenders bracket, and here they are into the finals, ladies and gentlemen. And they got some Canada repping up in the crowd. I see you. Oh yes. First up, she is the smiling assassin, ladies and gentlemen. In the backcourt, she is all over the place. She waits, and she goes, and she is there just about every single time. Let me hear it for Melissa Humana-Paredes. And her partner. You know it from a mile away. She's got that swagger. She's got that hair. Brandy, that hair is fantastic today. It is amazing. But ladies and gentlemen, she is one of the best blockers in the world. The power from this young woman, the prowess from her at the net. Let's see it one more time this weekend. Let's hear it for Brandy Wilkerson. And their opponents from these United States of America. Oh yes, defending World Tour Finals champions. This first player originally from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the fam? The fam's not here this week. They're watching at home, though. They are here. They are with you. Can you feel it, Taryn? Can you feel it always from South Dakota? She went on down to Baton Rouge. She repping South Dakota and Louisiana, everybody. Let me hear it for Taryn Kloth. And her partner. Boy, from the time she was a young one, the way that she sees the game, unlike anybody else in the world, the touch that nobody else has, ladies and gentlemen, and Taryn is her biggest fan. Out of Metairie, Louisiana, it's Kristen Nuss.
Standing room only for this women's final. The Huntington Beach Pier and its structural engineering being tested at this point in the tournament. They are 5 deep and ready to roll. The head-to-head 8-3 Kloth and Nuss. They have won the last 5 meetings against Brandy and Mel.
That becomes frustrating. If you're Brandy and Mel, you're looking to get out to a quick start. Those 5 meetings include their last meeting in this event, and it went 3 sets.
Kristen Nuss, 5'6", one of the best defenders on the sand. She's got a big block up in front of her. Taryn Kloth, as that one's funneled right into her platform. The strong touch for Nuss. These LSU Tigers have brought their game to the professional ranks in the last few seasons. They won the very first event they ever played in, coming through the qualifier, and ever since then, they have been unstoppable. Now playing in their 8th final. Big dig! Melissa says too easy. Set inside, and still trying to find her footing.
Ah, that's a good location. Kloth and Nuss right on top of it. They went down 21-17 in the last meeting in the first set. They came back 21-19, 15-12. If Brandy and Mel, you feel like you gave one back. I feel like you had a chance to get off the mat against this American pair.
Yeah, you make a great point. This is a rematch just from a day ago.
Keep an eye on transition and what gets done in transition by the littles. Some of the bigs too, but I think the littles, when they're trying to get kills, it's going to matter here. Oh, then all of a sudden it might have been a couple of deep pokies from Taryn Kloth that would get it done.
You can see Taryn Kloth rocking the Louisiana hat there. 6'5" blocker. Played 4 years of indoor volleyball at Creighton.
And here's what I love. Beach Volleyball Database, the leader in history of the game, right? 22,000 players in the database. No one's from Creighton, except Taryn Kloth.
Oh, I like that. Good shot there.
That's Dougie Strauss. He dug that up. That's our stats guy. Thanks, Doug.
Way to go, stats man. Here's a good look. Taryn Kloth. This duo did play together at the collegiate ranks. They're going to have a shot to test their professional volleyball skill come Paris 2024. Right now, they're just trying to find their way into the league to test their skill yet again against the best. They were the team of the year on the AVP both in 22 and 23. But Brandy Wilkerson, she has come to play in Huntington Beach. She always shows up, but this weekend it just feels different.
I like the heat that she's shown here too. This could go the same direction as our men's final did, where we had a showdown of who can hit the ball harder into the sand. We've already seen a good couple of rippers from Kloth and from Wilkerson.
Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson, both Olympians in their own right for Team Canada. However, those paths were taken alongside different partners, now finding themselves on the same side of the net.
3-3.
Yeah, different partners who had previously been partners.
It was quite the carousel. 3 apiece, 1 to the switch. A little bit of an onshore wind. Been playing a factor. Brandy Wilkerson goes with a jump float serve. One of the best blockers in the game, but that one is sent over the top. They're working on Taryn Kloth. A little surprising here, as the last matchup they started on Kristen Nuss. As you see the road to the final for Kloth and Nuss, they have not dropped a set all weekend. That semifinal was ended short because of an injury on Julia Scholes. Wishing her some happy healing, but some fresh legs for Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss.
And you're talking about the switch up from the Canadians. Well, if you've gone 0-5,
hold up,
wasn't working, you got to do something to switch it. Man, what a play. Another scramble play. At 5'6", Kristen Nuss maximizes everything that she is. Look at this dig here and quick react. I love the way she plays her gather. Keep an eye on her mechanics when she goes to hit. How she gets her feet under her vertically every single time. She's very deliberate about her mechanics and her hitting motion.
Also her defense. She goes full frog there. That's really hard. Ball coming over the top of your head for Brandy Wilkerson.
Full frog, I think that describes your outfit on Friday, Cameron.
Yeah, it was a little fuzzy. You talked about being 5'6". Get this. Nuss is set to become the shortest U.S. Olympic beach volleyball player since Fontana. That's Barbara Fontana in '96. And their height differential between Kloth and Nuss will be the largest for an Olympic duo from the United States. Look to the road to the final on the opposite side, Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson. They took down Savvy Simo and Abby Van Winkle, the UCLA duo. Then it was Clinton Scholes, Kloth and Nuss. That's where that loss came in hand. In that third set, they picked up the first. Don't forget that. Cannon and Kraft was the 6th seed they beat, and then Chang and Hughes in the semifinal in just 2-0 against the number 3 seed and one of the best in the world.
Second thing is, our context are like, it's It's forward. It's offense, moving. They make it good, couple squares, all good. Okay, so nothing, it is in there. Okay, got to change on this side with
That's Marcio Sicoli in one box. Drew Hamilton, longtime coach, in the opposite box for Kloth and Nuss. Taryn Kloth this weekend. This is probably the best stat I have seen. She has one hitting error all weekend. All weekend.
Brutal.
It almost seems like
Brutal
it's
if
wrong.
you're playing against her. Well, until you wonder why go at her, then I guess that might be one of the reasons that you're scared of her. Another dig.
How about Brandy scampering across the court? One of the most athletic in the game, Brandy Wilkerson, just 5'10", but she elevates better than anyone.
Now, if you can't get the kill the first time, just hit it straighter or down. You have to go.
That's new.
More vertical, straighter or to the sand.
Brandy and Mel actually had a chance to play alongside one another back in their indoor games, indoor careers. York University.
All right, so they've gone back to Nuss. And you see that, how deliberate she is and how vertical she is when she's hitting that ball, Kristen Nuss, when she's approaching the ball.
Well, and you can guarantee Kristen Nuss is coming into this matchup with a little bit of a different mindset, considering what took place in set 1 against this team in their previous match here in Huntington Beach. She had a tough time offensively in that first set. Brandy Wilkerson was waiting and delaying her block and then pulling back down the line oftentimes. And it created a lot of problems for this duo. They dropped that first set and came back in sets 2 and 3. Kloth and Nuss still with a 2-point lead here.
Yeah, she actually struggled throughout that entire match offensively, coming up with a 211 total. Her peak was 267, which is really not where you want to be. But her team came out on top.
Really nice pass. You heard Marcio's voice in the backdrop there. That was high on the right shoulder. And that is not something you want to run into. A standard for Brandy Wilkerson.
Looks like she had it measured out here. Good effort.
The microphone took a hit.
Yeah, 8-5 is a tough start here. I think you're going to have to do a little bit better on your shots. So far, it's been Nuss who's been on the reads.
You're watching those down defenders. And you should be watching those down defenders and what they're doing when they're not actually digging the ball. You can have so much impact on an attacker just from where you're positioned on the court and some of the moves you can make, the jukes and the court positioning and getting in the periphery of the attacker.
Right, where are you when they check down and take a look? Where are you when they actually contact the ball? What are you ready for? How are you, the defender, reading the body language of the hitter? And as the hitter, what body language are you giving off? Are you able to disguise it like a Taylor Crabb, who will take a full swing right to the point where he contacts the ball and goes soft?
A lot of people have been making comments about Kristen Nuss, her defense, and that of Taylor Crabb, and how reminiscent it is. Right now, this is a good example. 2 big-time blockers. Brandy gets the last shot.
That's joust to joust. You don't see that often. If you were scoring that at home, you would have to write joust, joust.
That's very common. There's a good look. I mean, they're playing with their elbows well above the height of the net.
3-4-1-1.
Back in it. Down by 1, Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson. High set. No. Melissa, one-arm stab. And the finisher. I thought she was too shallow on defense.
3 straight. And the Canadians.
And she's sitting pretty shallow on defense. They're trying to go up and over the top of her head, but to her credit, plays that ball behind her.
Well, they're playing show and take there. So they're showing a line block angle dig. And just as you were talking about earlier, Cameron, then Brandy Wilkerson is jumping into the angle, and Mel is prepared to go to the line. That was where she pre-shuffled and then took off.
Just out of bounds. make it 4 in a row.
Kristen Nuss, a tough task again to go against Brandy Wilkerson in that delayed block. She almost has to hit the ball straight up in the air.
Well, Nuss that time cheated too to take it. See if they shift again. See if they pull to the left and try and get Taryn off the receive. They're trying to get out of the scheme that's being run by the Canadians. Instead, they go right back to the line because there was so much room over there. There's a little chess game going on in terms of service location and service reception positions.
Nothing sweeter than that cut shot. Put a little sugar on this one. Kristen Nuss and her iconic shot now. Taryn Kloth added the jump topspin serve last year. No one wanted to have to receive that. Perfect timing. Ace.
I'm not sure why Brandy didn't move there. That thing clipped the tape. Maybe she didn't expect it to have so much time. I thought there was time to scramble for that one. Got a little frozen. 10-9.
Taryn Kloth with such a cool story coming from the indoor ranks. She's originally out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Not a lot of beach there. Brandy Wilkerson earns one back, keeping this close.
Taryn Kloth played for Kirsten Bernthal Booth there at Creighton University, one of the premier programs, kind of a top-level mid-major there. Always making an impact in the NCAA tournament, always picking off a big team somewhere throughout the season, on the cusp of being a Final Four, a national championship contender perpetually.
Taryn Kloth adds an option play in, but Melissa's right on it. Ball falls inbound, the lead to Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson into the technical timeout. We talked about the hitting errors for Taryn Kloth and the lack thereof through this tournament. She only had one through her matches. She already has two in this matchup.
Oh, throw in the towel, it's over.
Unacceptable, right? Well, we are getting this party started here in Huntington Beach with the first Heritage Series event. It is the AVP like you've never seen. A start, a finish, and it's a big finish, one that has never happened. Come September, everyone trying to find their way into the league. 8 straight weeks with a shot to see more volleyball, beach volleyball, in the fall. Not to mention, we have more events with the Contender taking place. You can go hang out in Denver in July, or maybe it's Wapaka, one of the best tournaments of the year. And there's a look to the two guys that have already made the spot in the league. Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander, as they won the final here in Huntington Beach. And here's how it works. 8 teams will get a shot to go in. 8 women's teams and 8 men's teams. They will then form one city and franchise, and there will be a draft taking place. You're going to want to get those weekends prepared come fall, because Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be some more beach volleyball.
Right, 4 of the 8 league teams are going to show up in a city. There's going to be lots of volleyball for 2 days as they match up in best 2 of 3, and they cheer for one another because you have a men's team and a women's team representing a league franchise city, and you're going to have success on both genders if you're going to take the title that weekend or take the victory in that match and punch your ticket to the championship.
And how cool, right, for the AVP to take events like this, as we've got French fries on the board, with heritage events, really honoring what has taken place, whether it's the Manhattan Beach Open, this Huntington Beach Open, and having it be the play-in to this new system as Mel goes and gets one more.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid of the past. So what you want to do is build on the past. And the past is something that the beach volleyball community is proud of, rightfully so. These kind of big events for bragging rights, what started out as playing for beers and became playing for massive amounts of money and prestige and for fan adoration. And you take some of that and put it into something new and give the fans an extra reason to cheer, to pick a side, pick a team, pick a franchise, pick a city, and continue their fandom not just in the summer but year round.
So if you win one of these heritage events, these fantastic locations on the AVP, you find yourself in the league.
Like Taylor and Taylor, already in to the draft. Mind you, they're in the draft, so they're not positioned anywhere yet. The draft itself is going to be an event. Do you take a women's team first? Do you take a men's team first? Is there a run somewhere in the middle that forces your hand? Who knows? As the hand of Brandy Wilkerson puts that one away.
You stole my line. I was about to use that.
Nope, sorry.
The hand of Brandy Wilkerson gets the 3-point lead, and this is looking very reminiscent to their last matchup, where set 1 went the direction of Team Canada. But don't forget, it was a comeback in sets 2 and 3 for Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss. Listen into the boxes, see what adjustments might take place here.
Really good. That 3 that you're doing for the little one is absolutely perfect. Yeah. What you need to do is stay in the middle and then
Elect to the VIP section for the AVP 360. I think we lost Kevin there for a while yesterday.
Oh, I'm loving the volleyball out here. Ooh, ooh. I'm getting a little hungry. Can't get hangry at the AVP. We need to find a solution. I know what we should do. Let's go.
Here we go. See, this is the best part of the job right here. Just walk into VIP and demand food.
Right now we're running 10 sushi bites all nigiri style. We also have a sake pairing, a 4-part flight.
No utensils, just pour it in.
You can do that as well. I prefer that method.
I'm not sure that's gonna work. Sweet and sushi, here we go. That's really good. That's really good. This might be the best assignment I've ever had. Sorry, Cameron. Sorry you couldn't do this and you're calling a match instead. That is an elevated experience. I'm just floating right now, floating. Do you taste sake like you taste whiskey? I'm not sure. Just let it wash over you. My palate is cleansed and I am ready for the next round.
Cameron, Rich, you got the rest of the day. I might not recover from this day drinking.
Take me back, please.
Seriously?
Take me back.
Drinking? What were you doing?
Can I'm leaving now. I mean, I love the volleyball, but I can watch it from up there. Can we mic me up and I can go back, please?
We love bringing you all sorts of new and different things here on the AVP 360 location. Such a cool spot to be, and not to mention serving up some of the best sushi that you can have. Back to the action now, 14-11. Gets the touch, but platform a little too cushioned. Humana-Paredes has been solid from the service line.
Well, the wind has shifted around a little bit again. It's coming from the north just a little bit. It's calmed down slightly. Not enough. I was going to put your blanket back on you here, Cam, in the booth. It's not actually that warm up here in the booth. It's perfect conditions for playing, though, especially down on stadium with the sun out, as it wasn't on Friday, but we've got it yesterday and today. It's actually very nice early season conditions. You're not too hot. You're feeling good, though. Your joints are warmed up and ready. And as a fan, too, it's nice. You're not sweltering, as we probably will be later. Oh, my. That's a nice pickup for Kloth.
Taryn Kloth just throwing those hands over the top of the net. Time for a monster block. That one left a divot off of block. Right back in the face of Brandy Wilkerson.
I was monster blocking you. You didn't even notice. I'm sad now. Yeah, good timing too, right? 15-13. And on to the good side.
High toss, sending that to the left side of Brandy. Sets inside and so's the block. No problem.
I'd like to see Taryn move in on that. And this is where you haven't played a lot of lefties. Think of another really good lefty in the women's game. There are so few on the men's side, even fewer on the women's. And so you have to, as a blocker, recognize that ball is inside. Player's left-handed. That ball is going to go into the ankle so much of the time. Move with your feet, the same as we saw in our men's final. You have to move your feet, not just your arms, not just the pogo to that position. Speaking of pogoing, almost had it there. Brandy Wilkerson is just underneath her. One of the best vertical leapers on tour. Very reminiscent of Troy Field. They don't need a big approach in order to get up big at the net.
All stems from how explosive Brandy Wilkerson is. She goes right back to the option play. Little help from the net for Taryn.
Yeah, that might have been out.
Taking some off of that. Trusting their defense. No problem, the turn and burn for Brandy. Yet again, checks down. Huntington Beach. This just got interesting.
Oh, it's rally of the match right there. I don't think we're going to get better. That ball nearly out. And Brandy Wilkerson at one point covering from her knees. The retreating Kloth with a play reminiscent of the early days of Alex Kleinman, right? Learning that play where you're backing off the net and someone's heating it up at you. A lot of excellent technical volleyball throughout that rally.
Mel having to stand back up after watching that one fall right over the top of her shoulder. Kloth and Nuss within one.
Okay, I like that a lot more from Mel. I mean, the positioning is better, right? That it's not in the platform, it's higher. It's more difficult for the defender because it's somewhere between overhand and underhand, but also she hit it. You either have to hit a shot soft or really hard. You can't just sort of tap it a direction. You can't be passive about that ball. It's going to get eaten up by either side, by Mel or by Kristen.
This time Set's coming out of the middle. A lefty scoop from Melissa. High over the top of the block. Taryn Kloth from the right side.
It's called listen to your partner.
I don't listen to you.
We know. Oh, we know. The feud is only just beginning in 24, Cameron Irwin.
423 for the 4 seed. Humana-Paredes. That's tough ball. She was looking for high hands there as the tie is earned from Kloth and Nuss.
Yeah, I think she's a little too far underneath that ball to be able to push it into the block. You have to push it into the block with some horizontal, and she got all vertical there. Very difficult to push the ball when it's kind of inside of your frame. It's not out in front of you.
Kloth and Nuss have been trailing for most of this set.
I like the aggressive serving.
Waiting and pouncing. Taryn Kloth earns the lead.
To take the lead, it is officially crunch time.
Tough spot for Brandy and Mel. You felt like you were in control of this set. Now it's fading. You're down 1. And I like this for Kloth and Nuss because you weathered what you think is the best of your opponent who you've been dominating. And now you're back right on top of them with the momentum at the right moment. You always like that when you can weather what your opponent throws at you and then respond.
Now she goes with this jump float serve from the opposite side. A little extra mustard on that from Humana-Paredes. Option. Kristen Nuss. Sitting in the angle. Melissa peppering that ball right into the block.
We stay tied.
We said to open this match, the littles would be the determining factor here. Both offensively and defensively. We've seen them both with some gems on the dig side, but it's taken a little pop from each one of them to get kills in transition.
Taryn Kloth starting to hug the middle in reception. They stay out to the right side.
Now, you're not going to win a pogo contest here or in the club against Brandy Wilkerson.
I mean, let's be real. Who can honestly hit a high line over Brandy Wilkerson and have it be a kill without Melissa touching it? That's a near impossible task.
Okay.
Kristen Nuss has come away with a couple in their previous matchup, but it is not easy. She has to hit that ball so vertically to get over the top.
Big moment here, jump serve.
Way to go, partner. How about an on-2 from Nuss?
First to 2.
Race to 2, win by 2.
And a good posture to be in. Kristen Nuss is at the service line. Kloth gets to stay steady up at the net. They go short serve to the sideline. What's the defense? Tight ball, Nuss is there.
She touched it on the block, that's why. Had to go, had to go.
There were no other options. In beach volleyball, that first touch, the block, means that's one of your 3 contacts allotted. So this ball right here turns into a free ball. That's an absolute gift for Mel and Brandy. Set point, Team Canada. Both fighting for the middle. Wide set and a wide angle. How about that set, Kristen Nuss?
Got to push your partner to the net from off the net, help them out.
Must win by 2. Getting some extra volleyball for you here. Tough first contact. No! Ball is out of bounds. A bummer for Kloth and Nuss. What a dig.
Yeah, pulled that one out of her pocket. Bet you haven't seen bikini bottoms with pockets.
Flunks would be the ones to have them.
Yeah, they would be the ones to have them. Love this right hand, just a quick reaction. And that's a good idea, just barely out.
Second set point for Mel and Brandy. They use every bit of those 8 seconds. Nuss again. She heard me about the high line. That ball is a rainbow. Only Kristen Nuss. 21-21, the side switch. Wind in the face of Kristen and Taryn. Watch out for the option here. Good tough serve. No way to go for it. 2 hands on it. Standing in the cut is Mel. Another must go. Groveling on defense. Brandy Wilkerson gets the 1-up yet again.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on my list of top rallies for the tournament. We've had a couple of them here in the final already.
Set point number 3.
The third opportunity for Mel and Brandy. Neither of these two teams have won a title here in Huntington Beach. This first set is just the first step. Nuss. She waited. Good defensive alignment, paying off. They were baited into that one. 23-21. Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson.
I actually really like that first set for them because they had to earn it back, right? The momentum at 18-17 had gone the other direction, felt like they'd lost control of it. They have to go extra time and get through a couple of really tough rallies, make some plays. You always feel better when you have to earn it. It's not just given to you. I think it gives you better momentum into the second set. Keeps you at your peak.
Speaking of momentum, coming into this match, you would think all the momentum's on the side of Kloth and Nuss. They already beat them once this weekend. They've won the last 5 matchups.
If that is not what you wanted, okay, don't trick it. It's boom.
We've seen so many epic rallies throughout the day. Let's take a look at one very special one. How about the Wilson Volleyball Play of the Day? Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss, left side, Melissa and Brandy. It could have been a number of plays from set 1.
Well, this featured everything, right? A couple of defensive gems on driven balls, some responses to shots, a cover from her knees for Brandy Wilkerson.
Again.
And you thought that this rally was over at least 3 times before a shot right into the coffin corner finally put that rally to its death.
Marcio Socoli in conversation, coaching up these two, Mel and Brandy.
You fight for that chair. You fight for that chair. Who wants that chair? Who's going to get that chair? She is just...
On the opposite side, Taryn and Kristen are in the same position they were in their previous matchup. They've got to find 2 sets to find the title.
Here we go. Here we go. For all the Gen Zers out there, let's do this.
The AVP is brought to you by Rainstorm Clean Energy, great flavor, 0 sugar. And by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
How about a little magic, huh?
I still hear music.
The Wilson Volleyball holding down the corner here on Stadium Court for the Huntington Beach Open, the first heritage event of the 2024 season. Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson facing off against Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss in this women's finale. Two of the best teams in the world. Just take a look at their world rankings. Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss at that #2 spot. Mel and Brandy at the #4 spot. We had 3 of the top 5 women's teams in the world in action here in Huntington Beach. Kelly Chang, Sarah Hughes taking a loss in the semifinal, but this is no doubt a preview of what's to come on the AVP season with Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss, Melissa Humana-Paredes, and Brandy Wilkerson. Could also be an Olympic gold medal match come Paris 2024. Instead of playing underneath the Eiffel Tower, they're playing underneath the Huntington Beach Pier now. Set 2, about to get underway. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett. Kevin, I know you're going through the stats after this first play. Tell me what you're seeing.
Yeah, I said that the littles would be the difference, right? And they've seen the majority of the attempts, both of them over 20 attempts as that ball is killed across court, and neither one hitting above 200. Nuss actually out-hitting Humana-Paredes by about 20-something points. However, those guys have been the majority of the action, right? But the difference maker ended up being on the big side, and it was Wilkerson hitting 625, collecting 10 kills on 16 attempts. And that overtaking the 2 blocks that were picked up by Kloth. And we'll see if Brandy Wilkerson can continue at that clip. If she's going to hit 600, I think that I like the chances for the Canadian side.
What's wild about that stat line, there's a look at her hitting numbers: 11 kills, 3 control blocks. She doesn't have a stuff block yet. I have a feeling that could change here.
I don't like that pass very much, but I do like the way that Mel dealt with it.
A little bit tight as they were looking to force the option in transition. It's one thing to use the option inside out. To use it in transition means you're limiting time for the defense to get set.
My favorite true little on the double or on the second contact attempt in this tournament was Haley Harvard. Very aggressive.
Nuss has been passing pretty well here. Full sprint for Melissa Humana-Paredes. I mean, is that still considered a block?
No, that's a Gator winner.
It was a still overhead contact. She just threw those hands up over her head, trailing back. Point's a point. Take it, Taryn Kloth.
That's a reactionary kind of dig.
2 up. Humana-Paredes.
Middle, nice dig to her right side. Nuss.
Shortens it though. And once again, really trying to find that transition play, the option look.
Well, Brandy being left-handed, I like her being more aggressive in this way. Somebody's getting the debate of should you go on 2 a lot of times, and I think for somebody like Kelly Chang, she's right-handed. She's going to spend a lot of time kind of off situation. I really like the attack of the left. Now, if you're going to hit it, if you're Brandy Wilkerson, you saw a couple ago where she took a second contact opportunity and just kind of fluffed it over. No, you have to rip into it, do something with it, be directional with it.
This week, we also had a chance to see the A team, the reigning gold medalists from Tokyo. back out on the AVP sands. Last time we saw them on the AVP playing alongside one another was September of 2021. So good to have the A team back and to have each one of these teams participating in this new and unique format on the AVP. 4-3 on the first switch.
Yeah, and April and Alex come in with a 7th, and I think that's about right. A lot of people had high expectations for them and to just return to their normal form, but as we talked about on one of their broadcasts, it was a really difficult journey for April, going through motherhood and then trying to recover herself physically, and great for her to return here on her own terms alongside Alex. That was really fun for the fans, for them, for the volleyball community.
Beautiful set from Melissa. The touch on the block. Melissa puts up Brandy. It's 5-3.
Alex and April both celebrating their first Mother's Day not too long ago. Little baby Ross and baby Theo. Just increasing their fan base, you know. They're already ever-growing fan base. A lot of serves going in the middle against Nuss and Kloth. This one has to be an option. Whoa! Soft touch! Soft touch from Kristen Nuss.
That's just a better play. Instead, I want Brandy to swing. That was a pretty nice swing. She put some steam on it. But Nuss just with a better location and control, that overhand. And then the ability to fall away and still locate the court.
It's like she's got downy soft hands even on that first contact.
Well, that's really soft. Next thing you'd be telling me, don't squeeze the Sherman.
No problem for Kristen Nuss on the defense. Turning and hooking it.
Oh, Kristen Nuss, she lets that go out of bounds. It's 5-5.
Another hitting error.
Yeah, a couple of plays made here by Kloth and Nuss. Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson just need to weather it. Sometimes you're making good plays, your opponents are just a little bit better. I think that's what's been the case over the last few.
This partnership of Kloth and Nuss began long ago at LSU, where they went undefeated in their partnership together. Became one of the winningest duos in NCAA history for collegiate beach volleyball.
Yeah, Kloth is what, 50-0 in her last 2 seasons? Ridiculous.
Yeah, insanity.
And I love that too. They come out and win their first pro tournament. It's no accident that that happens when someone carried that kind of record in college. And not that college is always indicative of what will happen in the pros, but it fills you with that level of confidence and expectation that you will move to the next level, and the results, well, they should just be the same, right? Not always the case, but sometimes, once in a while, once in only a very long while, does it happen.
Well, and they've been proving themselves not just as individuals, but as a partnership from that beginning.
Yeah, repeatedly they've had wins, right? It wasn't a flash in the pan.
No, and they've been the team of the year on the AVP the last 2 seasons, and you think back to some of the conversations that were around this. When Kristen Nuss came out, it was someone looking at her going, you're a 5'6" defender with someone that is 6'4". Is this going to be a split situation for the two of them, or are they going to stick together? There was no question in their minds whether these two were going to stick together and aim for Paris. And they have no doubt exceeded expectations of the fans, but those expectations were always there for those two.
Brandy with another throwdown. Cam, you like to point out that Kristen Nuss is 5'6", and how people didn't believe in her and they didn't think she could last and be a pro. I mean, did people get upset with you when you came out? You're just too small at setter and couldn't play Division I. Are you okay? We need to talk about this.
No, I just think what she is able to do is stunning, because she is not just a great defender. She offensively comes away with so many points, and she can still snap the ball. There's a good ball just off the first contact. A little crazy play.
Well, you're talking about scooping defensively. Taryn Kloth was on the run here. Kloth reacting to that dig off the big swat from Nuss. Watch this. She heats it up cross court, gets a hold of it. Kloth on top of it, just happens to get lucky with the contact, but you only get lucky when you're working hard.
And yeah, Kevin, I definitely love a good story, especially about two athletes that believe not just in themselves, but believe in each other and what they're putting together. And I think them booking their ticket to Paris, it just brings it full circle. I love a little bit of an underdog story for these two.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. And 5'9" for a setter in Division I's a little short. It's all right,
true.
Cam.
I think I'm 5'9" now based off of a couple missing vertebrae, but used to be about 5'11". It's because I used to have to try and block Alex Lyman all the time. It was not fun.
Oh, that is not a good assignment.
No, it's not. It's actually laughable, but there's a solid ace.
And I like the placement here, the middle, into the wind. I'd like Brandy to give herself a little higher toss here, too. So when she gets in trouble, she throws the ball a little low and it ends up in the net because she has to drop her elbow. She can get up and put a whip on it and more likely to end up with that result. Wind back to being from the northwest, right in the face of Brandy Wilkerson from the service line.
So much topspin on that serve. It feels as if you're having to dig the serve from Brandy.
Yeah, absolutely. That was good. And here, I like that shot from Nuss because that was the shot being played for. The cut was being played for. She just hit it better than the defense could actually perform.
Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss have made it to 8 finals in their time on the AVP.
Oh boy.
This being the 8th. And here's a number for you. The previous 7, they've won 6 of them.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? How confident they are in finals, how successful they are in finals.
Right now, they're down a set. Humana-Paredes, Wilkerson looking to find another team title.
Yeah, and if you're Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson, the way it has gone recently, they need to get away and win this set. If we go to a 3rd set, I'm giving the advantage back to the American side.
That's a fair point. That's exactly how the last matchup played out. There's a cut from the left for Kristen Nuss. Her wrist works that way too.
Back to Fruit Ninja, Volleyball Ninja. That's what you wanted us to play? I'll bring a sword to Manhattan. Real fun.
Right up the seam. It's
Wilkerson having to drop back after that set. She got a good view of her partner's kill there. Little extra love and celebration. Melissa Humana-Paredes, the smiling assassin, one of the great personalities in the game. You got to go hats off to Brandy Wilkerson, what she's been able to do from the service line. She had a really unique serve a few years back. No touch on that block, so another point to Team Canada. But she had a really unique serve and has kind of changed things up over the last few years. It used to be kind of this standing float. She'd jump immediately and make contact very quickly. And now she's working more with that jump topspin serve in the last 2 seasons, and it has been paying off. We already saw an ace up the middle. And another good play, getting them out of system. Let's listen in.
For both sides. So we're on this side now.
We got
That is a combination that when we're serving the right side, the little girl, right? When we're serving her cross-court front you, she's going this way.
for the Huntington wave,
So
ladies and
when
gentlemen.
you're going
It's
there
time
now,
to do the wave. And I need to
He
know
just
who
called
wants to
Kristen
start
Little.
the wave. Who's starting the wave today? Who wants it?
21
Who's gonna
digs
start this one
for Mel.
for us? I see
15
orange
for
shot right in the middle,
Kristen.
right under
Here's
the
a look at the
American flag. That
blockers.
is perfect. Right under that speaker.
2 for Taryn,
Very loud
1 for Brandy.
Batman all day long.
The C block is a
What's your
control
name?
block, meaning they get a touch and are able to recycle it out.
Andy, let's go, Andy. Andy, which one?
Captain Stubing is here. He's gotten off the ship.
I don't care. It's fine. That guy.
Coming off the Pacific and in.
Eddie, I got you.
I didn't realize they were in port.
Let's do it.
But they were talking about serving cross court to Kristen Nuss and exactly her approach pattern. There are patterns that take place when you look at scouting this, and these two teams have a lot of experience playing one another. It can't be easy in terms of knowing how to maybe move those chess pieces each and every time you face a team over and over and over again.
And every time you craft a scouting report, you're making choices about how you want to react to what your opponent does or create a situation for your opponent versus what your side does well or what your side has been working on. So it's always a balance of controlling exactly what you can control and being at your best versus trying to make the other side be at their worst.
Yeah, it's all about these tiny adjustments, right? And making sure that not necessarily that you're always reactionary, but can you be proactive is the question in some of your strategy as well. Can you be one step ahead in terms of the advantage and making the change before that defense becomes accustomed to it? How about a little wave here for Surf City, USA, slowing things down. By the way, this place has perfect waves all year round.
It does. It's actually way better than the South Bay, but that's the only thing that's better in the South Bay. All right, the South Bay crushes Huntington Beach, except for the amount of waves that are present, especially in the summertime when the water is not warmer.
Well, maybe we'll get you testing some of those waves. Thanks for joining us here on the AVP. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett. Brandy Wilkerson down on the sand, getting ready to serve yet again. This is the first Heritage Series event of the year. Team Canada versus Team USA, two of the top teams in the world facing off in the second set for the women's title. Things quiet down. Brandy takes her time from the service line. Little extra pop on that cut.
Well, I think it's exactly what they just talked about, right? That you're going to serve her on that side, and it's just going to come into the angle that way. Again, I think they're playing it right. I just think Kristen Nuss is hitting better shots. They need a good clean transition here. They need a little momentum. A channel dig conversion would be fine. You don't need a stuff block. It doesn't have to be that big. Or you would have taken the ace. That was so close.
Taryn Kloth takes 3 more steps to get a good look at the ball mark. This is dangerous water right now for Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss. You have to start turning points.
You got time. We're halfway.
They're on the good side, Kevin.
All right. All right, Cameron, sense of urgency. That's fine.
You got to have that right now.
All right, you want it right now? What do you want? Where do you want to serve?
I think you're looking to that left side of Brandy Wilkerson. Can you serve a little bit towards that middle, force her to not be able to hit the option and get her off the net as an attacker? They go to the middle, trying to create the confusion. No confusion on the side for Mel.
Yeah, it's the middle attack. It is to the middle of the court from the blocker and the middle of the court from the defender.
Changing the location, the starting point of her serve.
And everyone going full Royal Ludwig. Standing jump float.
Nice side out, back on the side of Taryn Kloth, Kristen Nuss. They're trying to get Kristen Nuss to have to attack from that outside, from the, as far right as possible. Try and put her in a little bit of a box.
I think try not to give her the angle or the line shot and force her into that angle shot.
Staying on Mel here. Trying to dig those feet into the sand. Kristen Nuss couldn't get there.
That's exactly what we've seen from Nuss a couple of times, where the shot is just better than the defense had planned for, because that was a good run by Kristen Nuss, but you're just not going to get there 9 out of 10 times with a shot of that quality.
Humana-Paredes looking for her 4th AVP title. 1 alongside Brandy, 2 alongside Sarah Pavin.
Beautiful set on a tight pass.
Nobody cuts it quite like Kristen.
13-15.
Hey guys, Kevin Barnett.
I was having a moment there. I was having a moment. We've been out here in the sun for about 3 days. This has been a blast. And I really like that shot into the angle. Still marveling.
I mean, Kristen Nuss, can you hit a cut shot like that?
Sure, as long as I don't have to jump. On a women's net, yes. A men's net, no.
Well, right now it's 15-13. That's a good switch. Just a 2-point game. Popped up, no way. Kristen Nuss says a Nuss is a Nuss. It's a 1-point game.
A Nuss is a Nuss. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. I like the gooseneck here too. She leaves up, watch this. Gives the direction, she's still got the hand cranked. There's that clean, efficient transition they needed to get within 1.
Now back at the service line. They've been serving middle. They go back now to Mel. Double contact, and it is a tied up ball game.
Yeah, you'll take the easy ones, won't you?
Heck yeah. Brandy Kennedy looking to the bench right now thinking this is a moment to take a timeout, quickly calling for the tee.
How about we play to 6, win by 2? Sound good?
Sounds great.
Played every other score possible.
But mentally, this is a tough spot for Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson. You have to imagine in the back of their mind, they're thinking, we just played this team.
No.
No?
No.
And same thing took place.
Stay focused. You gave away 2 points. You took an early timeout, so you didn't get sucked down that rabbit hole.
Okay, if that is too easy, hey, go for the ball too. You're in a good side. Just snap it. Keep going. Okay, so that was the difference was just that hesitation. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, no big deal. Pass, set, you're in charge. You have the 2, you have that 4 as well. The 2, you're killing it. You're killing it. You haven't got it. If you go for that 4 right there, probably that ball's gonna be open. Okay, I don't know, but that one right here.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, here we go.
Hey, rebuild. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's go.
The game is 1-0 for us.
The game is 1-0 for them in terms of the set score. Talking about rebuilding this lead. It is now 15-all, to your point. Marcio Sicoli saying the same things as you.
Yeah, I mean, some of it with Marcio Sicoli too, right? It's not just about the stats or the tactics. Some of it's about the mindset, just keeping your team on the right track. It's really good to have a coach in that regard so you don't go down some crummy rabbit hole.
They're in a rabbit hole right in this rally.
Oh, that might have been over.
Blocking your right. Chicken wing. Taryn Kloth putting on a show. Which one was the monster block, man? She had 3 in this rally. Just let this one play out.
I love the communication too. Watch. Oh, we had it right before the tap of the right hip. She was tapping her right hip saying, I'm going to take that line. You have the angle to her partner. A little mid-rally communication.
Kloth and Nuss with the lead. Airborne is Kristen Nuss. Mel doesn't have a whole lot of room for approach, and she doesn't need it.
No, but Mel gave her partner a lot of room for the set. So Mel not only got to a tough shot short, she scooped that thing out. She pulled that ball back right here. Look at that, 4 feet off the net. Brandy Wilkerson can calmly go ahead and set her partner up rather than trying to position her body somehow too tight to the net to not net. That is a veteran kind of play when it comes to that contact on the dig.
16-16, Team Canada still on the good side. Couple shuffle steps back for Taryn Kloth. Joust. Good communication.
And court awareness. You have to know where you are on the court without looking down for the lines. You have to have an idea of where you are. This is very similar to when you get in the post as a basketball player with your back to the hoop and you know how far the hoop is away from you just based on feel. This is a feel kind of play by Taryn Kloth to let this one drop. So 17-16 now, Kloth and Nuss. This becomes a very big side out for Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson because we're tilting towards the end of this set. And you don't want to fall behind. I said I don't like their chances. So that's a huge miss. Don't like their chances if we head into a 3rd set tied 1-1 if you're the Canadian side. I'll pick the dominant 5 in a row, Kloth and Nuss in 3 if we have to start over at 0 and a race to 15.
If you're Melissa Humana-Paredes, these are the moments you live for. Up by 1 set. This is somebody that started dreaming about volleyball, fell in love with it when she was still in diapers. That's how young, because her family is all about volleyball. She grew up watching her father coach. He was an Olympic coach, the bronze medalist back in 1996 in Atlanta. She's been groomed to play this sport. It's her first love. She's close to earning another title here. The right move, that's out of bounds.
Huge move for Kloth and Nuss.
Let the music pump here. Kloth and Nuss are within 2 of set 2. Wild how things drop off in the middle of the rally. That's off the top of the block. You got to be creative as an attacker. Even when things aren't exactly what you need from a setting perspective, you got to find ways to score points regardless at this level. It's a good example. Ball just slightly outside, not a whole lot of room to work. But to Brandy's credit, plenty of space off the net.
All right, right now I'm going to serve Nuss and I'm going to block angle. And I'm going to let Mel start in the middle and run either way. Just wait for the shot. Don't dig anything hard driven. Instead, they go to Kloth.
Kloth.
Oh, that is a giveaway.
She didn't go for it. But
You have to hit it.
Kristen Nuss gets another shot. Oh, that was a scary moment for Kloth and Nuss.
Hey, passivity, you pay for it. You know, you can't do that. You can't chip shot a ball like that. It's not a shot to a corner. It's not short, it's not deep. It is a kind of a nothing ball, so you better heat it up. You can't just give it back.
Hey, clear the mechanism here. You're at set point. Your partner just bailed you. Good defense from Kristen Nuss, 2018.
Here we go.
Tough serve. They're in trouble. Free ball. Do they go with the option? They do. She fakes the set and sends it to the corner. Time to go to the third. The mentality of Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson being put to the test. Going back to a third set.
People of Canada are in trouble right now. This is definitely advantage Americans.
The deciding set coming up on the other side of this break. Will it be Team USA or Team Canada?
How about a little magic? How about a little magic, huh?
Flags flying high above Stadium Court. This place is jam-packed. An important anecdote here, the head-to-head in terms of 3-set battles between these two teams tied the series at 3-all. However, that second note is even more important. Kloth and Nuss have won both 3-set finals meetings. Do they do it again, Kevin?
I think they do. They've won the last 2 as well. Remember, they've won 5 in a row. 2 of those have gone 3 and both been victories by the Americans. And I said early in this match, if Kloth and Nuss were able to come back in the second set where Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson had several chances to kind of seize control, run away, and put themselves into the league in the fall, they consistently gave it back via mistakes. And I really like the chances for Kloth and Nuss to guarantee action September to November in the first ever AVP league with a victory now.
One team is just 15 points away from the league.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think they definitely have the advantage. Not expecting a collapse from what is an international top-level team.
Both teams looking for their first Huntington Beach title.
You have to get on this angle that she's been hitting.
And she is. Tight ball. Kristen Nuss, again, somehow manages to get 2 hands on it, but that is what you need. Brandy Wilkerson has been lights out all weekend long from a blocking standpoint. At one point, she had already eclipsed 19 total blocks on the weekend. She only has 1 in this match.
Right, she's been just short a couple of times. I like that they got on the angle here. I think you do the same thing. Take a big blocking move into the angle, have Brandy play for the hard-driven ball, because you've seen that quite a bit from Nuss, and then you let Mel do her thing defensively. Let her sit in the middle and just react to the shot. Don't worry about the hard-driven.
Throwing up the left hand. And throwing that right back into the sand. A 3-0 start. This third set is so quick. Only 15 points, and someone's taking it.
Yeah, but 3-0 feels terrible. It's not actually that bad.
It is when you're on the good side.
Well, that's a good point.
You got to take these next 2. You got to find a defensive turn here if you're Kloth and Nuss. I mentioned Wilkerson's numbers blocking. She does have 5 additional control blocks.
There you go.
How about a little JT to get you going?
Get that dance cam going.
Back set. Kristen Nuss surprising everyone with that dig, but a rare hitting error. Nuss currently sitting at 17 kills on 42 attempts. 5 errors. Now make it 6. That's through both set 1 and set 2. This young duo, Kloth and Nuss, have some work to put in here on the bad side. Trying to win mini games here with each side switch. Every 5 serves. No touch! It honestly cannot get better than that ball right there. The high line from Kristen Nuss.
It looks like it was right on the line. That's a tough one for Mel to judge. She's running towards the back line here. I agree with you. Nicely placed shot. And is it in or out? Oh, probably in.
If you don't know, you go, Kev.
Is that your other t-shirt?
Yeah. Quiet platform from Mel. But a really loud attack. High hands. Mel attacks pretty significantly from the exterior of the court. There's that smiling assassin.
Now, by that, you mean she likes to go to the pins versus offense in the middle? Yeah.
She's earned several off the top of Taryn Kloth's block. The late pull.
Well, and they moved their offensive position, right? They spent a lot of time more towards the right side of the court for Kristen Nuss, and all of a sudden she hit the same shot that's been a winner from the right side, from that middle, and it goes wide.
Mel and Brandy looking to change the narrative here in set 3.
Flip the script, if you will.
Plot twist.
There you go.
Late pull. They've been waiting to pull this out. Block back. That's how they started their previous matchup. Late pulls down the line against this team of Kloth and Nuss.
3-6. She'll serve.
Kloth and Nuss sneaking away right here with a block. Short and right into the platform of Mel. Stuffy stuff. Taryn Kloth. That was just a baby jump. That's all she needed.
Yeah, but sometimes you just start to feel it. You get in the zone, you start to read what's in front of you, and you can react. Blocking can be quite streaky as a skill.
Look at that hand work.
Yeah, it's good timing. That's good timing. Measuring your timing versus the approach of the hitter, the depth of the ball, and what you're trying to accomplish. That's what makes blocking the most difficult skill in the game as you move up each level to level, is all the information you have to process in the tiniest amount of time. sir.
A dagger from Taryn Kloth, line to line and on the line.
There goes that 3-0 start, huh? Took a little while to eat it up, but it's gone.
The belief is there for Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss, bringing this to a 1-point game, down 5-6. You got to take a timeout. Looking for the title are these two teams.
It was so bad. Oh my god. You want the same one? Yeah, same thing. If you like be super tight, if you want to just push to the angle, push cutting. But I really shouldn't have. I'm gonna be disappointed because she keeps cooling off my fingertips. I'm gonna dig the ball. Okay. I don't know where it's gonna go. It's gonna go somewhere up in the air.
When we side out, serve from here. Okay, serve from that line. You can serve here or serve like the big girl line. You can serve the little girl right here, middle to middle. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Different vibes from box to box, but both
I'm going to dig
correct,
a ball. Okay.
Right? You know, I'm going to dig a ball. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go up in the air. That's the line.
But I love the partnership, too. I'm going to dig a ball. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Great. That's a terrific idea, partner. I love it. That was awesome. Telling each other what they're going to do. I'm going to be more disciplined, stop getting tooled, and I'm going to dig a ball.
Again, Kloth and Nuss have won the last 5 meetings with Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. The missed serve there. And I think actually part of that conversation in the timeout was that I think she kind of didn't even find that contact even on the ace. She said she got a little bit of a steal from that one. Wilkerson's got to change the tide. That's a great start. Nuss winning the joust. You can hear about that one. As her partner finishes the point. That one belongs to Kristen Nuss, though. Hey, Kev, she's 5'6".
Don't be mad about it, Cam. Don't be mad for her. She's doing just fine.
You rock that ship, girl.
Dare I say exceptional.
Brandy and Mel on the side out here. Humana-Paredes continues to have the number of Taryn Kloth. At least she's got the number of her fingertips. There's 10 up there, and she's finding each one.
Well, I don't know if it's on purpose or just reacting to the ball here, maybe being a little bit earlier, but that's kind of a hang and bang, changing up the timing of her attack and going late into that hand.
We talked about it in that timeout. Taryn Kloth saying, she just keeps finding my hands. I got to stay disciplined as a blocker. It's so fun when you get a chance to see Taryn Kloth just unleash on a ball. Oftentimes teams stay away from her for that exact reason.
Finally, the hammers come out. I was waiting. Pound Town is up in the VIP now. Up in the 360.
Apparently that town can relocate.
Yes, it's very easy. They just pick up all of their belongings and relocate. As though they were going somewhere to winter.
Hey, guess what? I know where they're going next.
They're headed to the mountains for the summer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. They'll be back down to the beach, say, August time.
Love that. This is the time to reconnect Brandy and Mel. They still have...
You're not going to get them to panic, right? You're not going to push them to jump on the big red button and freak out. Still holding that 2-point advantage in this shortened race to 15.
See where this jump topspin goes. Got to start turning points. If you're Kristen Nuss and Taryn Kloth, you can't just side out at this point. Still down by 1. Where's the defense going to come? That's going to be the difference maker in this third and final set. Playing for the title here in Huntington Beach and playing for a spot in the league. High ball outside. No way, what a cover. That was so close. Taryn Kloth nearly touched that on its way out. I've never seen a cover like that. Taryn Kloth from the top floor, earning the Rainstorm monster block. How about that press and reach? Sealing that line.
Beautifully done.
That block came raining back on the side of Team Canada. No issue for Kristen Nuss. What a grab. How? You watch these defenders play, and it's hard to describe just how phenomenal their touches, their reach, their readability.
They've done a tremendous job in this match of picking up Brandy Wilkerson's on-twos. They've been in the right spot and made plays consistently off of that particular attack.
The lead now to Kloth and Nuss. High back set. You better reach back to back for Taryn Kloth. Looking for number 3? You better cut around her.
On the line. First to 5 takes the title.
10 up, 10 down. Kloth, Nuss, Humana-Paredes, and Wilkerson. Way to go, Humana-Paredes. After 2 balls sent right back to their side, they stay steady. Short cross court, tough serve. Kristen Nuss gets it again.
Nasty serve. Kept alive and somehow Nuss finds the open court.
I don't think that's Pound Town, Kev, but it's a point nonetheless.
It's a great play. You can bring the hammer out for a great play too, maybe. Yeah.
It does have POW written on it, so sure. Kloth and Nuss. Wind in the face. Block stays. Nuss walks into it. What a stab. Back over. And again. Wild plays on both sides.
Confident aggression is what's taking it for Kloth and Nuss, and that starts with the service, immediately putting the Canadians off balance and just not letting them get ahead in points.
Just when you think you have the advantage, the other team finds one.
Yeah, and I mean within the point. They're not letting plays be dictated to them, Kloth and Nuss. They are dictating to the Canadians, and it starts right now. I get more aggressive on the serve here if I'm Taryn Kloth. She's been in a nice rhythm. That middle or wrist away has been working to Mel's left. Could be an ace.
Instead, it's through the middle. You got to find ways to score points, and that was a really nice play after an incredibly tough serve.
Right, and I think that was actually a planned play. They got forced that direction as well, but I think they were going to send Brandy around to the left anyway just to move and get out from in front of what has been an effective block from Kloth.
6 blocks, 6 control blocks, and 17 kills, Taryn Kloth.
Ludicrous. MVP numbers.
That's just outrageous. And the keeper cornered. High line, that's out of bounds immediately. The red flag is waving. 13-11.
And you love to keep a top international opponent down as much as you can. This would be 6 straight if they can close it.
And in the context of these storylines, the Olympics, the league, so much to be played for between these two teams.
Oh, many meetings to come. That ball could have been called.
And it's not. Switching 13 to 12.
All right, so now you have to be aggressive with your serve. I don't think Mel and Brandy have been aggressive enough with their serve from this side. It's a bit late if you haven't been hitting it, but you have to utilize the wind a bit. I would go all the way to the corner and put it on, or at least try and get some sort of advantage right from the first contact.
Taryn's gonna kind of have to come from the right. Good touch. Ball's too tight. Get a second look here. Rip and rip away. Melissa Humana-Paredes brings us back to 13 all.
And now first to 2 goes to the lead and takes.
You couldn't dream up a better scenario between these two heavy hitters. Kloth, Nuss, Humana-Paredes, and Wilkerson. No way! Nuss is aced after having an outstanding passing performance. What a play.
Way to get aggressive from the line.
Humana-Paredes walks back to the service line. It is championship point. To Nuss they go. Out of bounds. They flip the script. Humana-Paredes and Wilkerson, the Huntington Beach champs. Off to the league they go. They keep it at 5 before. It's their turn to put the W next to their name.
Sweet relief.
Winning the season opener in 2023 and now in 2024.
And Marcia Sicoli very much part of the celebration.
Keeping those two locked in. That one's got to feel even better. The rematch goes their direction in 3 sets played. They kept it tied up at 13 all. It was a wild venture through that 3rd set, ultimately finding those last and final 2. I'm not sure what's more impressive, the play of Brandy Wilkerson or the play of Melissa Humana-Paredes. They get to celebrate together now, champs here in Huntington Beach.
Champagne in the eyes hurts, by the way, if you don't know. If you've never sprayed champagne at one another, it hurts in the eyes. Mix a little sunscreen in there and it's brutal.
So they picked up set 1, 23 to 21, drop set 2, 21-18. It was tied at 13-13 in the 3rd. That was crazy. Nuss is going to be reliving that one over and over again.
You don't win being passive, you win being aggressive.
And they were aggressive on those last 2 points. We'll send it now to Mark Sherman with our champs.
The champs in Huntington Beach and into the league, Brandy and Mel. What a finish, what a tournament, what a Sunday for the two of you. Brandy, you're a champ, you're going to the league. Congrats.
Let's go the league. No, for sure.
You're in, you're in. Talk about those last 4 points. 4 in a row to finish. You and Taryn and Kristen had 2 fantastic battles this weekend. What did it take to get it done at the very end?
It's resetting every point and trusting in our game plans, but we've been wanting this win for a while, and we never gave up, so I think that showed. But talk about Mel's clutch ace, definitely helps every time. Yeah.
It does. Clutch. You were absolutely clutch, Melissa, the entire match. And it was quite a battle out there. You had a little support in the crowd as well. How's that feel? You got a bunch of Montreal fans, bunch of Canada fans up there. That's got to feel good.
It feels amazing to have support at all times, but especially from our friends from the up north. We love you so much, and we feel the support from all across the world, and everyone's watching this weekend. It's been such a blast to hear all the feedback and know that there are thousands of people tuning in, and thank you everyone here for showing up to this amazing event that AVP put on. It's been such a blast to play in front of you all, and we love the energy. We can't wait to be back.
Well, we can't wait to see you again. The next time a lot of us are going to see you is in Paris in a couple months. I know you got some big tournaments coming up before then. We'll see you at the Olympics, and then we're going to see you at the League coming up in September. You're the first women's team into the League, Brandy. How's that feel?
Oh, it's incredible. We've been so excited about this league. We love everything the AVP is doing and the momentum that's happening here. So this has been an amazing start, and we can't wait.
Well, you two are fantastic. It is so much fun to watch y'all play. Congratulations to the team from Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Melissa, Brandy, champs in Huntington, going to the League. And now we got your trophies. Bobby Corvino, COO of the AVP, has got your surfboards, your trophies here in Huntington. Oh my gosh, fantastic. Listen, he doesn't care. Give him a hug. It's fine. We're all sweaty. It's great.
The surfboard trophies are pretty cool, except for I would suggest maybe not trying them on the waves here in Huntington
It's
Beach.
more of a hand plane. More of a hand plane than a true board.
But what an epic journey for Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson, what they were able to put together. I said Brandy Wilkerson felt like she was playing on a different level this weekend in Huntington, so it makes sense that they walk away with this title. Mel was outrageous in her own right defensively. They have to play in extended rallies, and they just took down the #2 team in the world.
And they kind of got the monkey off their back there, didn't they? Lost 5 in a row, including in this tournament, to the American side, Kloth and Nuss. We expected a good final here, given the women's field, and we talked often about the world-class talent. I think we got everything we wanted out of that. A deuce final in 3. Exceptional. They're qualified for the league. The Taylors are qualified for the league. I think we qualified for the league, too. We did both finals, so we're in. Rich Lamborn, I don't know, buddy, you got a little work to do. We'll work.
Man, but what a great weekend it was. Again, congratulations to Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. They won in Miami in 2023. They win yet again here in Huntington Beach. Brandy Wilkerson, now a 2-time champion on the AVP. She is a deadly force at the net, and she showed out here in Huntington Beach. Thanks so much for joining myself, Kevin Barnett, and of course, Mark Sherman, and of course, our Echo Entertainment crew. We can't wait to see you back in the sands and back on the beach.